Welcome back to another video of our homesteading journey. We are Dani and Joanna, and this behind us is our biggest project yet.
Yes, we finally finished the chicken coop. There's still a couple of final touches we want to do, but overall we finished it and it turned out way better than we expected. Today we thought we'd give you a full tour of everything that we've added in to make our lives easier, make cleaning easier, make lives better for the chickens, and all the other bits in between. As you can see, they're super eager to show you around, but first let's start with the outside.
Hey, look, two of them are using the dust bath. The run itself is built entirely from 2x4s, which gives us really strong structural integrity, and it's also preserved with charring the timber in the Japanese technique called Sugiban, which essentially means that you're charring the timber with blowtorch. And then we use some boiled linseed oil to preserve it even that step further. Steady. One sec. Talking about preserving the wood, we used bricks to raise the whole frame off the ground, which then gave us the opportunity to build this amazing looking stone bed to hide the bricks. And we've planted a lot of flowers and herbs, which, as you can see, are still tiny, but with time we're going to get a massive raspberry bush over there. We get a few calendulas, we got oregano bush. On the outside, this corner looked quite unfinished when we did it, and we didn't know what to do with it or how to hide the unfinished look. But we found these crates, and this was actually on the property. It's like an oil lantern. So we just decided to like prop up against the wall for a little bit of decoration. And I feel like it looks nice and rustic and adds to the whole vibe. We've also opted for covered run for a few reasons. One of them is the rain can turn your run into a muddy pit, which prevents diseases like bumblefoot and keeps the smell to a minimum. We have really hot summers here. Chickens, if they're dry, they can survive really low temperatures, but they don't cope well with the heat. They're a bit like dogs, they can't sweat, and on a really hot day, if they get hot, you can see them panting. So having this 100% shade really helps dealing with the heat. Another reason why you might want to consider covered chicken run is to deal with the wild bird droppings that again prevent diseases and avian flu and stuff like that. To make the most of the roof, we're harvesting the rainwater from the other side. The roof is sloping this way, and we made sure that it's high enough that we can actually walk comfortably upright in the run, so we don't have to hunch over and bend over, which makes cleaning the run actually a breeze. Yeah, that's... How do I always end up on the roof when I don't want to be on the roof?
We also covered the entire run with hardware cloth. It was really hard to work with, but we wanted to be confident that our chickies would be safe from the many predators that we have around here.
We have some more hanging basket around here, and we painted the door purple because it looks good, right? It's the fluffy butt hat, it needed a purple door. A few more hanging baskets here, which we haven't planted anything in yet. We have this plastic container here because we wanted to plant some mint, but we didn't want it to take over the entire raised bed on the side. Here's the gutter at the back. So we collect all the rainwater and they feed into this 30-gallon drum. The water from this drum would be used for the chicken irrigation. We have those nipple drinkers, which are maintenance free, but for now we stick with the old-fashioned drinkers, and they do need maintenance and you need to change the water and clean them. Hence we're looking into changing them into the nipple style drinkers. As you can see, security is our top priorities, which is why we chose to partner with today's video sponsor, Reolink.
Join Reolink's 17th anniversary and get up to 50% off all products, and use our code in the description for an extra 8% discount. We picked the Reolink Duo 3 PoE for home surveillance. Most cameras leave you with a tunnel vision problem. You see the front door, but miss the driveway. The Duo 3 solves this by using dual lenses to stitch together a seamless 180 degrees panoramic view. You get the coverage of 2 cameras with the simplicity of 1 cable, eliminating those dangerous blind spots where intruders love to hide. What sets the Reolink Duo 3 apart is a 16 megapixel Ultra HD resolution. We aren't just talking about seeing a person, we're talking about seeing the license plate numbers and the stitching on a jacket. 180 degrees panoramic view, no distortion, just one continuous wide image. It overlays the path of a moving object over time so you can see exactly where an intruder went in a single frame. With its built-in spotlights, the dark doesn't exist anymore. You get full colour evidence even at 3 AM. And one of our favourite parts? No monthly fees. Unlike other brands that lock your footage behind a paywall, Reolink provides AI-powered detection for people, vehicles and even animals for free. It processes everything locally on the camera. You get real-time alerts on your phone, and with the power over Ethernet setup, the connection is rock solid. 1 cable provides both power and internet. No flickering, Wi-Fi or battery swaps required. Let's talk about durability. This thing is a tank. It's IP67 waterproof, so it handles rain, snow and heat without breaking a sweat. Whether you're protecting a small porch or a massive backyard, this is the most efficient way to do it. Secure your home today. Check the link in our description to grab the Reolink Duo 3 PoE at a special discount. We're really excited to be working with Reolink again. We previously received their Reolink Altus PT Ultra camera, which we've had for around 6 months now, and it's working amazingly. With no wires attached and a massive battery, that one is a set it and forget it. We get notifications on our phone when anything comes past the house. It has full colour 4K images even in the darkest of nights, which has been amazing for the 2 people that walk past our house and the 1 fox that walks past our house at night time. And with the solar panel provided, it only needs 10 minutes of sun per day to top up the battery to last another 24 hours. Join Reolink's 17th anniversary and get up to 50% off all products, and use our code in the description for an extra 8% discount. Check out the link below to look at Reolink's website. You can see all the products they've got to suit different budget needs and setup requirements. Super thanks to Reolink for partnering with us again, providing another camera to give us peace of mind when we're not on the property, especially now we've got our new arrivals. On that note, let's get back to having a look around the chicken coop. Rule number 1. Never go in empty-handed. Got some fresh fruit from here. Going inside, we've repurposed this old door that we found on the property. I got a lot of lovely comments about the colour, which I picked myself. Purple had to be, looks really good. And we've also covered the top with hardwire cloth, again for super predator protection. Yummy. Strawberries. For the inside of the run, we decided to go with builder's sand on the floor because that reduces the muddiness, hopefully reduces bumblefoot, and is much easier to clean and maintain. I'll show you my coop scoop in a little bit. Chickens love to play and perch on things. We repurposed this old ladder as part of their jungle gym, but I have a few more ideas I've not quite got round to doing yet. One of them being a cool little swing, but that'll be a project for another day. Over here, we've repurposed an old drawer from a dresser, which is their dust bath, and that helps reduce mites for the chickens' overall health, and it's something they actually really enjoy doing. What's in here is the builder's sand mixed with some wood ash and diatomaceous earth, which really helps with reducing mites and lice. Over here, we've got a bench that we repurposed we found it in the basement. It was a shoe rack, and now it's the chickens' bench where they like to sit and gossip about us. For the food and drink setup, this is currently the water system until we get our full setup, which will be connected to the rainwater collection that Dani spoke about earlier in the video. This feeder behind me was actually really kindly given to us by a neighbour, but we're finding that it's quite messy, so we're not sure that this is the one we're going to keep long term. But we do like it, and we definitely want one this size because it holds about 3 bags, 50 pounds of food, which lasts them ages. This feeder is just something that we super quickly made from a 10-litre bottle, and the reason for that is they recommend having more than one feeder in case there's chickens that are higher and lower in the pecking order to prevent bullying, make sure everyone gets their fair share of food. Another thing I really like about this run is we can comfortably walk around all of it, even with the sloping roof, which makes it, again, we saw on the internet, just much easier to get inside, clean, stock up the food, stock up the water, do all the chores that you need to do. Another very important feature that we learned, being able to open and close the coop from the inside as well as the outside. We've read many a story about people getting stuck in their chicken runs.
Behind this door is the chicken coop itself, which was originally used as a chicken coop. We just had to give it a good clean and repurpose it. We also installed this automated door that opens and closes automatically at sunset and sunrise. It can also be operated via remote control, and it's connected to a solar panel that charges the battery, so it's maintenance free. It also has trap release, so if it ever gets a chicken caught in there, it will sense there's obstruction and it will just bounce back open. Let's check out what's inside. There's only a few requirements for chickens to feel safe and comfortable in a coop, and that is high perches. We've made out of 2x4 so they don't wrap their feet around a perch, so they can sit flat. A draft-free environment and dry. That's all they need. They don't need much. They're not that fussy. To create a draft-free environment, we made sure that all the ventilation is above the perching bars. This was already here, so we're utilizing the window as it is. To improve the ventilation, we added this skylight, or this opening in the ceiling, which helps the hot, moist air escape through the top. In the summer, all the hot air that normally sit at the top would escape, and it will let some cooler air come through the bottom. And also, if it gets too hot, we have the ability to shut this a little bit in the really cold winter nights. So this just slides over and you can have it completely shut or open, or anything in between.
For the roosting bars, we've got a bunch of 2x4s because the chickens like to sit with their feet flat rather than rounded on a perch, and that helps prevent bumblefoot, and when it's really cold it helps prevent frostbite as well. But at the moment they don't use any of this, they just sit up here a bunch together, but I guess that keeps them nice and warm in the night, so it means they're friends as well. There's no pecking order going on at the moment. Another feature that we included with the roosting bars is that they are, watch me try and lift this, it's really heavy, but what we can do is tie this up to the top rafter here, and then that makes it really easy for cleaning underneath, which takes me to our lovely poop shelf. The poop shelf here. We've seen a lot of videos of people recommending something like this for the main purpose of it being super easy to clean, because it's kind of at your height. So all I do a couple times a week is come in, scrape everything out, throw a few more wood shavings, and that is it done. It seems to be working as it should at the moment, super easy to clean. We also decided to cover it with lino, which makes it, I don't even know how to say it again, even easier to clean. Someone did say about mites, so we're just going to keep reviewing that as we go, because mites might like to hide underneath the lino. So thank you for that tip, but we're just going to kind of keep seeing how it goes at the moment. Underneath our poop shelf is a nothingness at the moment, but it could be for storage, it could be for if we ever get some chicks, they could go under here under heat lamps. But at the moment, we're not using it for anything. We just blocked it off to make sure no eggs are laid all the way in the back where we can't reach them. And talking of eggs, no, we've not had any yet. These little babies are still too young. We might have a few more weeks to wait till we get our first egg. But when they do, I'm just going to check just in case. Oh. We repurposed an old dresser to make these nesting boxes. We've got 6, which for these guys is probably too many. But in case we ever get more chickens, maximum of 20, 6 would be perfect for this. With the nesting boxes here, we've put quite a steep slope on the roof of it to stop them from sitting on it and it getting really poopy. A couple of cool features that we've included in these nesting boxes is they're on a slight slant. So the idea is when an egg is laid, it's going to roll down underneath our little movable shelf, and that prevents eggs from getting poopy. It prevents eggs from getting squished, and then chickens might eat the eggs, decide they like the eggs and keep them for themselves and not let us have any. As they're getting closer to laying age, we've learnt that you should put fake eggs in the nesting boxes to kind of teach them what to do. So we're going to do that now, and I'm also going to demonstrate how the slanty bit works in the nesting boxes. Plop. And a little bit of cushioning on the side just to make sure they don't crack. Another thing I did was my first ever DIY project, this lovely little ladder. Ta-da! Which again I upcycled from some furniture to help them get up and down from their roost bars. And I can tell you now that they don't use it at all. But if one ever gets injured or if they get old, then they can use it. But I know for now they jump from the top all the way down to the floor. But for us, that's not a huge problem because we've got a nice cushioned floor. We're using the deep litter method. And we chose this one because it's quite easy to maintain. It's kind of starting the composting system already. So you either give the sawdust a mix or just add a bit more every week and clean it maybe a couple of times a year. And the other reason we like this one is because it starts composting. In the winter, it releases some heat, so helps keep them nice and warm in our cold winter days. I mentioned the Coop scoop earlier, which is this, essentially a shovel with a load of holes in, which is an essential when you have sand in your run and makes it super easy to clean. Take a scoop and then you can sieve it, which gets the poop out, rakes the sand, and essentially keeps it nice and clean. That's pretty much it for our chicken coop and run build. As brand new chicken owners, if anyone has any tips, tricks, advice, or anything you'd do differently, drop it down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then check out our channel to follow our homesteading journey, and we'll see you in the next one.